Hey Sherry 4x4, Mike Sherry here. Today I am out test driving this brand new 2022. This is a Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sahara. So it's going to be near the top trim level. One of my favorite trim levels in a Wrangler. And it's been upfitted, as you can tell, this doesn't look like your factory Wrangler, with a Rocky Ridge K2 package on it. And I'll explain what that package is as we get to the individual parts. Really excited. This is a 4xe Wrangler, which is the plug-in hybrid version of the Wrangler. Super sweet. I drove one of these when they first came out last year, and very impressive. You get about 20 miles on the battery, and it's full power. You can go city or highway on that battery. What's cool about this, particularly being a Rocky Ridge, is off-road purposes. You get unbelievable amount of torque, and it's quiet. You can hear the purrs, you know, no engine noise when that electric's running. I wanted to drive this down the road, so I did before the review, and just to see if you get a lot of tire noise, because it's got 37-inch BF Goodrichs on this, you know, the KM3s too, the mud terrain, and they were surprisingly quiet. You know, you didn't have that engine noise to kind of cover it up, but very surprisingly quiet. All right, I'm gonna stop rambling here and let's look at this Jeep. All right, here we go. So the front end up here, it's got the Rocky Ridge emblem up there. A little disclaimer I want to say, everything that Rocky Ridge has done, they partner with Jeep, and therefore it does not void any of the Jeep warranty. Actually, Rocky Ridge warranties everything they do for 3 or 36,000 miles, so it actually complements the Jeep warranty. So we got the simulated vented hood up here. It's a Sahara, so you got the painted fenders, and they sit up a little taller. If you ever watch my videos, I always talk about that. So these fenders are about 2 inches taller. That allows you to get that big 37-inch underneath there. We've got integrated lights in the fender there. So the front end bumper has been replaced with this awesome stubby bumper here, 20-inch LED light bar in it. It has tow hooks that are accent painted to match the rest of the Jeep. This is accent painted to match. I'm getting excited. The rest of the Jeep, and all this acts as a giant skid plate up here. Behind this panel here, if you want to add a winch, it's already prepped for it. It has fog lights integrated in. All that's really, really cool. Down through here, so I mentioned it's got the BF Goodrichs, the KM3 mud terrain tires, 37-inch. The wheel size on this are 20-inch wheels. They're the 4-play wheels. The Rocky Ridge emblem in the center cap there, as you can see. All Fox shocks on this. You can see the Fox Performance shocks. And then notice the coil springs accent painted to match. This is all stuff Rocky Ridge has upgraded. Fox steering stabilizers. Everything's professionally done, and it rides great. I tell you what, we trade in a lot of lifted vehicles used on these new Rocky Ridges, and when people do them themselves, man, they just don't ride good. This rides good. If you want to drive this every day, you can drive this every day. Not a big deal. So, performs awesome. Stainless steel rock slider step bars here. So these are step bars to help you get in, of course, but also they're rock slider, and they're stainless steel, so they're not going to rust out on you. And rock slider, what that does, it protects this under the door panel here, your rocker panels, when you go off-road. So if you maybe are balancing on a big boulder or something, this rocker panel goes all the way back there where my fingers are, so it's going to protect that undercarriage there. All leather seats being a Sahara. Trim level. Has the sound bar up top here. Just cool. So this has the 3-piece hardtop, and it's painted to match the rest of the Jeep, which is really awesome. So you got a painted hardtop, and the 2 front pieces come off here like T-tops. You can see a little bit of the Fox shock back here. Now, Fox Racing is actually the parent company of Rocky Ridge, so they engineer the shocks and the lifts and that kind of stuff for this Wrangler, and it really provides you a product unlike anything else you could possibly do. All right, so notice back here, it's got the same size, the 37-inch BF Goodrich back here, and the 20-inch wheel mounted to the door. And what that does, it just makes for a complete look. A lot of converters out there don't do that because it's expensive. Not only do you got to buy another expensive tire and wheel, but the factory mount no longer works with that bigger tire. So they upgrade the mount here to a Smitty built mount, and it really is the whole hinge system for that rear door. It's quite the feat to do that, to relocate the third brake light and the backup camera. And this allows you to open the door with a spare tire, and it's nice to have a spare. Electronic defrosting rear window with wiper. And then you got a nice big cargo space back here. Inside this plastic bag is another bag, a vinyl bag for those two front T-tops that I mentioned here. Inside this bag is your plug-in. It comes with a plug-in for the electric part of the Wrangler. Has your subwoofer back here, Alpine stereo system. That rear seat does fold down if you need more cargo space. Now, financing is available on this Wrangler. You can find this entire package. So if you're interested in that, I know a lot of people who watch our videos inquire about that. So if that's you, we've created a website just for you, and I always put it down in the description. So definitely check that out. Yeah, we got to look at this. So this is new for a Wrangler. It's your plug-in port. So I noticed, I think it's like 8 hours on the charger that they give you, which is the slower charger. You can upgrade to, I think, a phase 2 charger, and it charges in an hour or whatever it might be. But what I found when I drove one, I just plugged it in when I got home at night, and the next morning it was ready to go for 20, 22 miles, whatever it is, on battery power. I went 1,000 miles under normal driving conditions before I had to fill up the tank. So when was the last time you did that? Pretty cool engineering in this. We have our T-tops come off here, one above my head as well. And I'll go ahead and let's get her fired up. And it's quiet, as you can see here. Let me get the radio is really dimmed down. There we go. I was like, the radio's not on. Someone had the dimmer all the way down, like it would be night, and it's bright out today, so I couldn't see it, but now we got that working. All right, let's check out what's been done here. Some of the cool stuff, just kind of scan around. Okay, I always like to start at the left and work our way across the dash. So we've got power mirrors and locks, automatic windows. These are a couple new buttons down here. These are your hybrid buttons. So you got your gas door button first off, and then you got hybrid, which is where I found I always left it. If you only want to run electric, say maybe you're out on the trail and you only want to run electric, or maybe you're just trying to maximize the electric efficiency and you think you're smarter than the car, which I originally did, and then I found out hybrid mode is actually the best mode. But you can run only on electric. And then if you want to go e-save, say you're driving to the trail and you want to use the electric for only the trail, and then maybe it's 40 miles to get to the trail, well, you go e-save, and then that runs the Jeep on gasoline power. And then when you get to the trail, you can flip it over to hybrid or electric, and it's going to run on electric. So pretty cool. Hopefully that's not too confusing. Up here, we've got our tack, and then your charge over here, which is pretty cool. So this is a hybrid. It's going to charge when you slow down, when you brake, that kind of stuff. Right here is your fuel mileage, and then you've got your fuel level, your battery level, which I'm less than 1%. I took this out for a fun spin today. I was excited. Steering wheel's leather wrapped. Hands-free connectivity, cruise control. Back here we have volume and tuning for the radio. It does have the push button start. The radio is the 8.4-inch touchscreen radio. It's got Sirius XM, AM, FM, all that fun stuff. Dual climate controls, mirror dimmer, backup camera. Let's go ahead and look at that backup camera. I love it. See how the wheels kind of outlined in that? That's cool. And that, of course, turns on when you put it in reverse. This has got factory navigation as well. And then down through here, we've got our heating, air conditioning, volume, tuning buttons, if you like buttons instead of the touchscreen radio. Down through here is an interesting button. This is the max regen button. So what that does when you turn it on and you let go of the brake, the vehicle automatically starts slowing down more than just coasting, right? In a typical car, you coast to slow down. This, you can actually feel that regenerative braking working. And what that does, it charges your battery faster. And then over here, you got your screen off. You've got a downhill assist. And then we've got our media port for USB and aux ports there. And then power windows, 12-volt power. This is your transfer case. This is how you put it in four-wheel drive. And then your automatic transmission here. Beverage holders. A nice spot for the key. I love that. Notice there it's got lock, unlock, and remote start, as well as panic. Emergency brake. Padded top here for your elbow. And then two glove boxes there. Notice the USB port down in that. All right, if you're looking for really an iconic ride, one of a kind, and we do a lot of Rocky Ridge vehicles. This is the first electric one I've seen come through. This little here, when you're charging it, there's little blue lights, and that'll tell you if there's one light lit up. It says, you know, just a quarter charge, 2 light, you know, half charge or so, 3 light, 3/4. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Let you know your charging level. I just kind of go out my garage, and it's kind of cool to see it lit up. So, all right, well, I like it. I know someone out there is going to really like this Jeep. It's fun to drive. It's cool how quiet it is on that electric. So, all right, thanks for hanging out with me. This is super long. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you. Say something funny down in the comments. I always like to read those. If you have something serious, by all means, call in. Make sure before you come, you're welcome to drive this, but before you come, make sure it's still here and not sold. So take care, everyone. Bye-bye.